Yeah. Shit, you're gonna call me in right when I start doing this. I'm at my little monthly program and I gotta do. Hold on, y'all. What's up? What's up, y'all? Big ass fucking airplane just went over me. That looked like a damn military bomber or some crazy shit like that. What's up, Cheese? Name a car for an edit for 2022 Ford Bronco. Them bitches are nice. I was just riding in one. What's up, Chief? I just seen you was in here. Oh yeah, you like my shirt? Thank you. Max, hey, Chief, if you still in here, bro, that fucking picture you sent me of Max Crosby, that shit was crazy. I even showed my old lady that, and she was like, "What the fuck?" But yeah, that's kind of what the fuck. You know what's going on with that because I talked to you on the phone and shit. But it's a lot of shit going on right now. I don't even know how this whole thing is gonna play out because I got a bunch of shit going on, and pretty much just we've been going through some things lately, and I'm moving in. I moved in with my cousin and shit, like about 3 doors down. Like on the corner where our street is, where her house is, that we live at together. But I got out of prison and we got that house together and whatnot. I'm still gonna like be there for her and help her with bills. But like last night, things got really, really, really bad. So I bounced, and my cousin dude was like, "Bro, you ain't." I told him that I was about to sleep outside. I told him that I needed to be able to get up, go to work, leave work, go here where I'm at right now, which is for my monthly programming that I do. And I have to do it or I get in a lot of trouble. I got to come up here, piss in the cup, get my medication, do an anger management class. So I told him, like, I'm going to have to get up, do that, go to work, do that, go back to work. And in the middle of all of that, I'm not sleeping in the house tonight. I'm about to leave a blanket out on the side porch and sleep either in the car, the porch, the garage. I didn't know how cold it was gonna get. He was like, "Shut the fuck up." He was like, "You ain't never gonna sleep outside or no shit like that." He was like, "Bring your ass down here and you could stay for like at least a month and then we'll talk about it at the end to see how things are going." And I helped him out with a little bit of money and shit and bought him cigarettes and told him like, "Well, how much you want every week?" And he wasn't trying to take the money, so I just did it anyways. Did what I did for him. But the point I'm getting at, yeah, we got a lot going on, And it's crazy because we got our kids and we have a real life. Like, we share our life together. We do everything together. And we've been together since for 18 years. I'm right here. They need me to come back there.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a, I'm gonna be all. I gotta put this on for like a couple minutes. So if you guys are here when I come back, I'll finish telling you. Just check back in like 10 minutes. My bad, y'all. And I'll finish explaining what I was just trying to get at. We just got things going on, and the details of it's kind of messed up. But we both we agreed that this isn't the right thing that we got. It's very toxic. You know what I'm saying? It's very toxic, and it's like. So I just moved out, and now. That's what he said. That's what he said. He's like, bro. He's like, because I told him last night I was gonna sleep either in the car or the driveway or the garage, the side porch or the car. I put clothes. I put my work boots, my clothes, a few things that I need, a blanket, and I said I don't even want to be in there because it's that bad right now. Yeah. And so we've been doing things that I had to deal with because of being gone 7 years, and then we like sat down, had some talk, and then some things happened since I've been home where I got myself in trouble with her doing dumb shit, but then it's been back and forth, like tit for tat, like every 3 weeks or so, we're like mad at each other and finding out things that we think are the other one's doing, like doing to him. So that's kind of been super toxic. But then we like share all of our social media stuff, and we got a big thing going with that on Facebook and YouTube, and like, we're having a good time with that. But it's messed up because our whole thing revolves around like our family life, and now that's like kind of gonna stop. And out of the 3 platforms, what I mean is I don't want to pretend. I'm not gonna sit there and pretend like everything is good just because we got people that interact with us and they like tell us things and the people that comment and be like, you guys haven't posted in a few days. I'm really looking forward to watching your guys' content. That's so cool. That's amazing. But we can't just pretend. This has been for like 7 days now. I've been planning to leave, and she's known that, and I've known that. And it's like every day we'll argue and she'll say, we're gonna go, get the fuck out, go to your mom's or something. And then she'll say, alright, it's cool, just stay. Because we pretend like everything's alright and we split the bills. But like we raise our kids, you can't do that. You know what I mean? You can't just stay together for your kids because you're comfortable. And that's like what we've been doing because we don't want to be broke up, but we also don't want to see each other with like other people. I think. Yeah. Does that make sense? It's not a good thing.
Well, I'm gonna say give us some time because you guys need just need some space. I mean, if your sister could come home from prison from not long away and just because that's expecting a lot. Okay, you're not gonna do that, you know? But doesn't necessarily mean that it's over. You have a lot of time together. I mean, as far as social media goes,
don't feel different because it's already been so long and so many years that it's like to the point where I don't know how I feel about ever thinking that like we'll ever be able to be alright again. I really don't.
It's going to take a while though. Emotions and these types of things take a long time to work out. You know, and it depends on your commitment level too. Like my husband and I have been together for 31 years. And I don't know, about 2 or 3, I would say it'd be about two
You guys
years
been
ago.
together for 31 years?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So 2 years ago, we went through a rough patch, and kind of like we were both living in the same house. We were really struggling for a while, and that went on for a long time. But it just depends on what your commitment level is there. Because for us,
You guys was going up and down too, like a roller coaster?
yeah, for us there's like we're married, so we're married. So after a couple years, like during that time, he went to counseling, I went to counseling. We went to counseling together.
Did you go to couples counseling or marriage counseling?
Yeah.
We talked about doing that at first, but see the thing. Oh, go ahead. I'll wait till you're done.
No, it just and eventually it resolved itself. I would say our marriage is better right now than it's ever been. And
Really?
yeah, right now. But it took a solid year for us to work through. We were both just not in a good place.
Yeah, my situation with that is like being gone, stressing. It changed us. It changed her. It changed me. I know for a fact. And now we kind of just try to converge and meet in the middle and act like everything's okay, and it's not. And it's like it's really stressful. And then part of me feels like, you know, because of how life's short and we go through things, and everybody's constantly telling me like, bro, I know you guys are not really as happy as you think or like you want to try to look, because once you did so much shit, it's like hard to really feel like the other person. You know, we've been just going back and forth, back and forth. Like there's things that I'm mad about from when I was gone, and this person she was dating and shit when I was gone, because I just wouldn't call her no more. I just told her like I don't even want to talk to you till I get home. I'll call my mom to talk to the kids, and I would wait like a month at a time sometimes to call her, and I pretty much pushed her away and just told her like don't wait for me because I'm gonna be gone for a long time. So after me doing that for so long, she did end up getting another boyfriend, which I pretty much told her to do that. And I think she thought maybe I'd come running back, but I didn't. And they stayed together for a while. But during that time, I was acting up real bad. Like I got leveled up. I got sent to a close security, a whole bunch of shit. I got time added on to my sentence. I got, STG for gang shit. Like I got a whole bunch. I was just really acting out, like taking out my aggressions on just not caring. Like deep down, I was hurt so bad over what I did to myself by going to prison, and I was stressed over her and my kids so bad that it got to the point where that was my way of like coping with shit, was like fighting people and just letting the cops know that I didn't like them and that they need to stay in their place and that we run this place and this is our house. Like I used to tell CO stuff like that. And when I look back on it, that's like childish and corny that I was feeling like some prison shit was worth standing up for that much. But COs would have attitudes and act a certain way. And then I would remind them, like, you go home every night, we live here. So when you come in here to work tomorrow, don't forget, like, you're coming into our house and shit. And they just looked at me like it was crazy because I hated them. Like, I even got fuck 12 tatted on my arm. And excuse my language because I know that you probably don't prefer, I know we've had a talk before about where, aren't you like
I'm a pastor.
exactly,
And I
that's
used to be
why
a
I was
prison
saying.
chaplain.
And used to be a prison chaplain, right? Exactly. And I remember we had that conversation, so I know you've heard a lot of bad things.
Oh yeah.
But as I said that, I was thinking like I shouldn't probably use those words, but that's the word I had to say because I could have said F.
That's
But
what you put on your shoulder.
yeah, and it says it, and it's got two middle fingers, So that was my work like thing to all the COs. So like when I walk by, I always see them like glance at it. Like the new COs, they like look at my tattoo with like side eye. And see it and immediately know like he don't like COs, but that's part of how I got in trouble and leveled up. Like I was taking out my aggression on them and also on other inmates. and then they put me in anger management, kind of like the stuff we're doing right now. Like this is all given to me by you guys, by parole or whatever. You know, it ain't like I just came up here. They actually made me come up here, but I'm glad I did because I met a lot of cool people. I know you guys helped me with my medication and stuff.
Is the like, do you feel like you need anger management now? You feel like you're keeping your cool, or is that some of the reasons she's upset?
It's more or less like, so I used to do like Thinking for a Change in this other program. Do you remember all of them? Do you remember the one program too? I'm trying to remember what it was called. It was something for anger. I can't remember what it was named, but it would help me. But it's not like I'm being like angry. It's just I get aggravated and agitated really easy. So there'll be things that'll take place in our house, and then she'll say it real quick and remind me like, "Hey, chill out. You don't have to get so upset about everything." And she'll say, "You got that look in your eye again." But it's not like I'm doing nothing to her and my kids, but I would like stomp around the house and say some crazy shit because something that my kids did or something that she did. And instead, it's not like I'm putting my hands on them or nothing like that, but words could really hurt. And I'll say things like, "Well, why the hell do they do that?" And she'll be like, "They're kids, they're fucking kids, chill out." And I'll be like, "Yeah, I know, but they do it on purpose because my kids mess with my mom right now. What they do is they joke around about their mom. So they'll go into a store, right? And I'll be in the car, they'll come out and go, 'Dad, some guy asked your mom, or asked mom for her number.'" And I'll look at her and be like, "What?" Well, it happened like the first 2 times. Then I'll look at her and go, "Did they really?" And she'll be like, "What do you think?" And then my daughter will look me square in my face and be like, "No, I'm dead serious. She was in there flirting with this guy and he asked her for her number." And my other two will be in the back like this, trying not to laugh. They think it's hilarious because they see what we got going on. So they literally are like purposely trying to throw a hand grenade and sit back and watch and sit back and just observe like, oh, now they're fighting on that. They're like bidding off that. You know how people say that in jail? Like, oh, you're bidding off of this, or well, we used to call it like, "I'm not your wreck piece." Like, you ain't gonna wreck, bro, don't bid on me. That's not funny. Because if somebody's doing something and everyone's laughing, and then you know how it's like all about respect and shit, so people feel like you're laughing at, you're laughing at them intentionally and making a joke. My kids do that. So like they aggravate me with that. Like they will legit just make up stuff, mess with me, the phone will ring and she'll say things like, my one daughter will say things like, "I don't even think that's really who the number is in her phone, Daddy." And I'll be like, "Why? Why do you think that?" And then next thing you know, I'm in her phone looking at it. And she'll be like, "Dude, what are you doing? They're just messing with your mind." And after like an hour, they will be like, "I'm sorry, I was just funny." They'll all start laughing.
How old are they?
They're 13, they're almost 14, almost 12, and almost 11.
Okay, so there's a couple of things here. First of all, if prison thinking goes with you at all, the number one thing that goes with you is a sense of defensiveness, of protecting yourself,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
thinking that you can't really trust anybody.
True.
That is part of prison thinking that comes out. And you know what's crazy about that is I was the same way as a chaplain. Like I realized, because I constantly had to be very aware of what was going on around me.
You told me
especially
about that
female,
situation.
you know, and so being that way, feeling like you everybody who's around you wants something from you,
It's
or
called,
eventually they're going to.
the word is ulterior motives.
Yeah.
Everybody has ulterior motives. Like,
That's
I
what
don't
you
care.
feel.
Yeah,
And when you're in
well,
prison, you really live by that and watch by that. There's a cost to everything.
Yes.
Everything, good or bad,
Yes,
there's going to be
and
a
I'm
cost.
still thinking like that. You're
Yeah.
right. Even people I meet online on social media, they're pretty cool. We'll talk. We'll go back and forth. I've even been talking on the phone with one dude. He's pretty cool. His name is Chief in Session, because he's like all about like medication, as marijuana being medication. But that's his videos. He talks about how it's changed his life and things. But when me and him first started talking, I was skeptical, thinking like, are these people trying to do something or mess with my account or do something to me or my family, or like it's a paranoid way of thinking. I can't explain it, but they say it's normal.
It is. It's called a trauma response. So what that means is, trauma is not what happens to you. Trauma is how it's the emotions
and the result of your brain processing what happens to
And
you.
you know, they diagnosed me with PTSD because of my night terrors, and they said they think I might have some more mental health, and they want me to go back because they said the PPD thing, paranoid personality disorder, makes sense because of the PTSD. They used to say I got bipolar, but so I'm like, well, what is it? What damn diagnosis is it? Why you guys telling me something new like every other year? I don't know what it is, but they got me to the point where they always want me to take these meds, and I have them, but I don't take them all the time unless I can't sleep, which that ain't good because it doesn't stay in your system. But I have the worst sleep pattern ever. I lay in my bed with racing thoughts for like 2, 3 hours. Everybody sleep. My kids, their mom, even the damn dog is down there asleep because we got a California king size bed. So like, if the kids and the dog want to climb in bed, they can. Of course, not our oldest, but as this is going on, I'm laying there staring at the ceiling, grab my phone, staring at my ceiling, grab my phone. It's just ridiculous. Go get a snack, and I'm wide awake having racing thoughts. And when I finally do fall asleep, I have a nightmare, like a horrible one. So it's a process, and I do that 3 times a night. So when I have this nightmare, I'll jump up all scared, and sometimes I have sleep paralysis. I feel like somebody's standing over me, and it's actually scary, like a figure, you know. And then also, sometimes I have OBEs, and like it feels like I have an astral projection and leave my body, where I'll feel like I know I'm sleeping in my bed, but I'll be like able to walk around, but it's in my spirit. It's so weird. So it's like it's where I really believe that we're just like a shell, and that our spirit is inside of this. When we sleep, that's when it can do what it does. So imagine every time you lay down, you don't know if it's going to be good or bad dream, but you know you're going to have either a night terror or some form of dream that's like a lucid dream, right? Almost like a vision or something. And then when you do wake up from that, because it's so scary or so exciting, whichever way it is, that your body reacts. So you sit up like, holy, you know, my heart will be pumping, I'll be sweating, I'll fall back asleep, it'll happen again. I'll fall back asleep, it'll happen again. But that all took place within a 2, 3 hour period of me laying there trying to go to sleep, just stressing and stressing and stressing. So like they tell me to come in here and tell you guys and talk to you about what I got going on. That shit is like it just isn't right. It's scary.
You have you're operating every day in a very agitated, paranoid state. And that's not good for you. Are you seeing anybody for mental health?
Yeah, they like rescheduled something and I didn't go because I had work and I'm supposed to be calling this new place Generations or something because I think Coleman tried to shut my case down because I didn't go and then I missed. I don't know. I gotta figure it out. I actually gotta call. I have my meds at the house. Like I said, I actually have the one medication is Remron and it's for like it's like a psych med. You might have heard about it, but it helps you sleep and it's supposed to like help with depressive thoughts. Because I actually got this scary feeling that I killed myself and that I somehow switched timelines. And I understand that that's kind of like psychotic sounding. There's a lot of people on the internet that believe in that. It's like quantum immortality is what they call it. But and it believes that like, but see, I believe in God too. Like I love God. If anyone asks me if I always say I'm a Christian, not like so much with the denominations thing, but just that I believe Jesus was real and all that. So like for me to believe that, and also I believe in aliens and shit. So as some people are always telling me like you can't cross all that together unless it's in the Bible, which sometimes when I read certain things in the Bible, I wonder what they're talking about. Like when they say angels, like in Ezekiel, and all of that, and different things. I wonder if they're just other sentient beings. So it makes me think it's in the Bible, first of all.
The Bible doesn't say
Like what that is.
if there are other
people and things.
other beings in the world. It doesn't say there's
Right,
it doesn't say it doesn't exist. So
I don't want to cross reference everything, but that's where it's been at. But I feel like I've let my depression get the best of me, and I did something I shouldn't, and then I woke up and kept going through my life because when you read about that, it's like Neil deGrasse Tyson and Elon Musk. They believe that our body, they believe we're living in an artificial simulation that is presented by God, Spirit of God that spoke everything into existence. They believe that in quantum mechanics there is a God that's controlling everything, but until you go down your life in the right path, you can never ascend to like the next dimension. So you keep repeating the process until you get it right. But they're trying to say that in every timeline, things are identical except for death. So like that would mean that you would leave behind your family, and because they're stuck in that physical reality, so to them you are dead. Like they would go to your funeral and whatnot, they would mourn you, everybody would think of you, but then they wouldn't realize you would wake up from a dream and everything's identical. You just keep going from line to line to line until you get it right and do such a good job in your life that you and do enough good things and help people, and then you would ascend. It's an actual thing. Like I'm not making this up. There's millions and millions of people in the world that believe they're experiencing this. It's
And
like
Elon
deja.
Musk believes that.
Yeah, and so does Neil deGrasse Tyson. They're like really smart. They said that they think that you just would have to see it, but I don't know. It's just
They're
weird.
kind of
But
combined in a couple thoughts. Here's
They s-
what for today, for your thought, for your well-being right now. The way this is what I'm seeing. I think there's a combination of things, but I don't understand why they don't wrap services around you a whole lot more when you first get out of prison, because that is a completely different world, and you're stepping out of that over into this other place. And for you, like having been gone for 7 years and amidst forming these relationships of understanding and getting to know your kids during that time, so that you can understand when they say things, whether they're being smart aleck or joking. I'm like, you're getting to know their personalities right now. And so this is, all of this is hard transition here. And then on top of that, having, depression, anxiety that you're dealing with, and then now the sleep. This issue with the sleep and you dreaming at night, you're essentially just continuing to put yourself through trauma every single night, over and over and over and over again.
crazy.
Then you wake up the next day and your body, your brain, everything is reacting to that. So there's some issues that need to get resolved, and this is the part I want you to hold on to. It's fine that you're separated, that makes sense. But you need to not make any permanent life decisions right now at all until you get on a mental health medication and something that helps you sleep at night. Because
I do got the one medication. I just ain't been taking it like
yeah,
I'm
you
supposed
need to be taking. You need to talk to the doctor. And here's the thing: it feel a whole lot better.
I agree.
100%. Because you could, if you had the proper antidepressant in your system, and you had some, because you need a sleep medication that's going to make you have REM sleep.
Yeah, is that why they call it REM? The one medication?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe,
But you need
but
to
it's
have,
REM.
Yeah, you need to have something, because REM sleep is your deep sleep. You need to be having REM sleep at least however many hours a night they say you're supposed to have it, Without that, did you know, all situations aside, prison, anything you've been through, fights,